Okay, to be able to put up our WordPress website, we need a host and a domain name. Now, the theme throughout this series will be on simplicity. We want to stay on track to get the membership site up and running. Now, along the way, we'll do some techie stuff, but that's not the aim here. The aim is to get paid for the content that we're going to upload to our site. So, let's get started. Now, the site in front of us here is obviously HostGator. Now, I have no deals with HostGator, but they are big and you can get support when things don't work out. And that seems to me to be pretty good as hosting companies go. Now, let's just have a quick look through some of the options here. We're not going to spend a lot of time here. We're just going to let you see every single step of exactly how we configure this, because although the techs can find their way around this sort of thing pretty easily, many of us who are not technically minded need to see every single step, and that's what I aim to do throughout this series. If you see every single step, then what you can do is you can trace your way right the way back through all these steps. If you get it wrong, you just simply rewind the video and go over it again and again and again until you get it right. Often this is the big frustration with computer-based learning. The fact is that in a book it's just so difficult to get across every click, every right click, and so these screencast videos are absolutely excellent for this, and this is exactly how we're going to use them. As you can see, the two options here are Linux and Windows web hosting. We're going to go with Linux. There's a whole reason why, but that's outside the scope of this series. If we scroll down here, we see their different plans. What we're going to do here is we are just going to use one domain for now, so we're just going to go with this hatchling, as they call it. The major point that we're looking for here is MySQL databases. Why? Because WordPress needs a MySQL database. And very simply, we will just go down to the bottom and we will order that now. Now, one of the major things about going with HostGator or a fully integrated hosting provider is that they'll do it all in one package. You don't have to go to different websites to get different things like domain names. Here we can chuck it all in. So what we're going to do is we're going to register our new domain. This is going to be the domain name which we're going to use for this series, www.wordpress-membership-sites.com. Obviously yours will be something different, and the whole point about domain names is not to get too hung up on it. I'm going to show you how we're going to market these sites, and really domain names is not a big deal. The whole domain name market, $19,000 for www.fred.com is a nonsense in the situation that we're working in. So yeah, there we are. We're going to go with that domain name. Don't forget, yours will be slightly different to this. We'll hit the next button there. Here's HostGator's bill for the domain and for package, $29 there. I'm a new customer. Now I'll just go off and fill this in, and so we'll pause the video here, and we'll come back after I've filled back. The order has been processed. Okay, here's an important point. The domain name that we registered was WordPressMembershipSites.com. Now, to access HostGator's control panel, which is where we're going to do quite a lot of work from, we just need to put this port number on the end, 2082. So what we'll do is we will highlight that, do right click and then copy. Okay, so getting into the control panel after you've just bought a domain name, there's quite a lot of reasons why it takes quite a long while until your domain name and let's say the area of HostGator's servers all work together. It's mainly to do with the fact that it takes a long time for what we call DNS to propagate across the internet. So don't worry about that for now, but often after you have picked a domain name, it'll take 24 hours for it to come up. However, HostGator give you the ability to be able to get in the meantime into your control panel, and you'll get that information in an email which they'll send to you as part of your order. Keep that email safe. That is that's the information you'll need to access your account that you've just paid for. Using the information in the email from HostGator, they give you a link to use before your domain name is ready, and this is the link that it brings you to. So we'll click on cPanel Login, and here's the username and password. I'll just stop the video to enter that. Okay, here we are at the HostGator control panel, and there's a lot of stuff here to work on and to look at. The things we're most interested in is something excellent called Fantastica, an automated way to install what we're looking for, WordPress. So here's where the cleverness stuff really kicks in. There are two ways to install WordPress. There's manually and using a third-party system like Fantastica. But we're staying with our theme. What we're trying to do is we're trying to get this website up as quickly as we possibly can, turn it into a paid membership site and get paid. Whilst it may well pay you to go and work out how to do the manual install of WordPress, this is not a technical focused series. What we're really trying to do here is stay focused on getting this website up and getting it paid. Sure, we'll go through a bit of technical stuff along the way, and sure, we'll get some troubleshooting to do because nothing ever works straight away. We'll have some research to do, but here we're just going to stick for now with showing you Fantastica, and there are probably people far better qualified than me to teach you how to do the WordPress install manually. If you search through the forums and search on the internet, you will find lots and lots of sites and blogs which will teach you exactly how to do it step by step manually. But for the purposes of this series, we're going to stick with Fantastica.